Seeking sister wife, Teresa exposes disturbing motives behind the Davis family. For viewers of Seeking Sister Wife, the Davis family has always presented themselves as a tightly bonded, unconventional household searching for genuine connection. But Teresa Brady, once portrayed as the trio's newest romantic addition, is now pulling back the curtain, and her version of events is anything but harmonious. What started as a seemingly sincere love story has spiraled into accusations, exposed secrets, and claims of manipulation that challenge everything fans thought they knew. From perfect match to problematic motives. For a while, the Davis household and Nick, April, and Jennifer appeared to be moving forward with ease. After their relationship with Danielle fizzled out despite the glowing promise ceremony, the trio reconnected with a longtime friend, Teresa Brady. She came into the picture openly smitten with Nick and unapologetic about wanting a permanent place within the family. By her own admission, she would have claimed him entirely if polygamy wasn't the arrangement. Teresa didn't hide her complicated past, and the family didn't seem bothered. What viewers didn't see, according to her, was the level of intimacy happening behind the scenes, something TLC allegedly glossed over. And now, Teresa says that what looked like love was something very different. According to her, she and another woman, Jasmine, a former romantic prospect the Davises had known before cameras rolled, were not partners in a love story. They were, in her words, used for ratings and publicity. The Davises, she claims, only loved her for show. On social media, the Davis family happily showcased Teresa as their new girlfriend, giving fans the impression that everything was official and progressing. But Teresa insists that what viewers saw online was a carefully curated illusion. Fans react, and they're split down the middle. Despite her claims, not everyone in the audience is buying the idea that the Davis family orchestrated a storyline for television. Some longtime viewers argue that the Aurora, Colorado trio have always seemed earnest, even if unconventional. Their dynamic is famously untraditional. Nick stays home while the wives work, manage the household, and bring in the income. It's a setup fans either love, question, or side-eye entirely. But Teresa's allegations sparked a mix of reactions. Some supported her. Others insisted the signs were always there. I actually really like her. She's cool. Girl, know you were insecure and not a good fit. They keep saying every episode LOL. She forced herself on that family and she couldn't see how very obvious it was that he had zero interest in her in a loving way. And then there's the revelation that stunned many. Teresa claims she and Nick weren't just longtime friends, they were romantically involved for over a decade. If true, it fundamentally reshapes how the entire situation is viewed. What happens next? Right now, it's Teresa's voice dominating the conversation. But her allegations leave huge questions hanging over the Davis household and their intentions. She says she was misled. Fans say she misunderstood. The Davises, so far, remain silent. And until they share their side, the truth behind this tangled, emotional storyline remains uncomfortably up in the air. Seeking sister wife, Teresa ends things with the Davis family. With a new episode of Seeking Sister Wife comes more answers about the future of the Davis family and their polyamorous pursuits. Fans also got to enjoy some tense moments as the Davis family dealt with Teresa's decision to walk away from them. The episode opened with Nick, April, and Jennifer sorting through Teresa's belongings. This made them reminisce about the past and what could have been. While the Davises had been hoping to incorporate Teresa into their family, there had been miscommunication on both sides. In the recent episode, viewers also learned how Teresa handled her exit and why she felt the need to return for a conversation face-to-face. What truly pushed Teresa to this point? And how did the Davises react when she finally came back to talk? Keep reading to find out. Seeking Sister Wife revisits the growing tension in the Davis home. Previously, Teresa joined Nick, April, and Jennifer when they were still adjusting after their separation from their former sister wife Danielle. The transition was difficult, and the family hoped Teresa would settle into the household with them. But there were definitely some unresolved issues that kept coming up with Teresa. More tension grew during a recent conversation when April asked Teresa to share her thoughts and address their concerns. Teresa shut down and insisted she needed to leave the house to clear her mind. April then reminded him that if she walked away now, when tensions were high, it would prevent any progress in their relationship. Teresa still refused to stay and walked out. In a confessional, she admitted she felt ashamed because the Devises showed her patience even when she struggled to control her emotions. Inside the home, April said this behavior had become a pattern. She left every time a conflict arose, but returned later as if nothing had happened. Nick told cameras he wanted stability and had reached a breaking point. Seeking sister wife, Teresa breaks up with the Devises and confronts them one last time. In the latest episode of Seeking Sister Wife, fans were surprised to learn that Teresa officially ended her relationship with the Devises through a text message. This left no hope for Teresa to ever join the Devises completely. Nick revealed that Teresa wrote to him after walking out, saying the relationship no longer felt right for her. He admitted that the message felt like a relief because the household had not been in good shape for nearly 9 months, appreciated her decision to step away rather than continue the same process. Later, Teresa returned to collect her belongings. Nick, April, and Jennifer organized everything so the moment could be smooth and respectful. Teresa explained in her confessional that she felt it was important to see them face to face. She wanted to express her feelings and say what she had held back during their last conversation. April shared her own frustrations as she reflected on the months they lived together. She said Teresa never took responsibility for her actions and that the experience opened her eyes. She admitted she had no idea how the final talk would unfold, but was ready to have it. As the family gathered and the screen faded to black, viewers were left waiting to see what Teresa would say and how the Devises would respond to her final goodbye. Seeking sister wife, Billie says, "I don't have to see it," as she's uncomfortable watching Reise live with their sister wife in the same home. Seeking sister wife fans know that Reise and his wife, Billie, are looking for a sister wife to join them. Unlike other couples, Reise was not the one who wanted a sister wife. It was Billie who expressed interest in polygamy. Previously, fans saw Reise go out on a date with Randy. The two really enjoyed their time together. However, Reise felt a little skeptical, as the guilt of being happy without Billie lingered. He also revealed that he thinks that Billie might feel jealous. It seems he was correct about his instincts. In a recent preview video, Billie revealed that she does not want to see her husband living with another woman in the same house as her. Keep reading to find out more. Seeking sister wife, Reise and Randy make steamy confessions on their first date. The chemistry between Reise and Randy is quite evident. However, fans were surprised that the two moved so quickly. During their playground date, Randy suggested they play 20 questions, and they agreed. She quickly asked, "What's the craziest place you've had sex?" He laughed and admitted that he's pretty vanilla, adding that it was probably on a floor or maybe in a car. Randy shared that she had experienced it on a beach and joked that she felt very uncomfortable because of the sand. The two didn't stop there, they continued asking each other about their favorite sexual positions. Reise added that he does not like reverse cowgirl, as it can be painful. However, he confessed that he likes giddy schoolgirl. He further said that he had never felt this excited on a date before. Seeking sister wife, Billie does not want to live with another woman in the same house. Seeking sister wife fans know that it was Billie's idea to introduce polygamy into her and Reise's marriage. Unfortunately, she cannot conceive, which is why she relies on polygamy. However, it seems she is not really comfortable with the idea of her husband living with another woman. But she might be okay with him living with their sister wife in a separate house. TLC recently posted a preview video in which Reise and Billie discussed whether she would be okay with him living with another woman next door. She replied that she did not want to see him live with someone else in the same house, which is why she suggested they buy separate houses for 2 of his wives. In the confessional, he said, "My biggest concern is with Billie and jealousy because, is it gonna be a continuing theme? Furthermore, he expressed doubt about their decision to say yes to polygamy. Reise noted that he is unsure whether this is what Billie wants. Was it something we jumped into quickly, he questioned. Back in the scene, he told her that the last date with Randy went really well, and both of them are looking forward to meeting again. Billie added that she likes that Randy is okay with their slow pace. She explained that polygamy is new for all of them, and that way, they can learn at the same time. Furthermore, Reise told the cameras that he and Billie were complete newbies and that they had learned a lot since. He added that Billie's confidence gave him the confidence to pursue polygamy further. On the other hand, his wife said that as long as she communicates and shares how she feels, everything will be all right. Garrick Merrifield's business under fire as viewers label it a scam after his arrest. The world of Seeking Sister Wife has never been short on complicated storylines, but this time, the drama has spilled far beyond television. Garrick Merrifield, already a controversial figure on the show, is now battling a wave of public backlash following his recent arrest, and his construction business is taking the brunt of it. What started as a domestic incident involving his new wife, Lorrana, has now opened the floodgates for people questioning not only his personal life but also the legitimacy of his company, Merrifield Custom Builders and Landscapers. A relationship under scrutiny. Garrick's arrest earlier this week was reportedly tied to a domestic violence accusation involving Lorrana, who recently welcomed their first child, a daughter whose birth will be featured later this season. The couple's relationship has been unconventional from the start. Garrick and his first wife, Danielle, began their journey on season 3 of Seeking Sister Wife, cycling through multiple fiancés before he eventually married Lorrana from Brazil. The marriage required Garrick and Danielle to legally divorce so he could wed Lorrana, a decision that raised eyebrows among viewers and even within the Merrifield family itself. Danielle, determined to shield Garrick's assets, made sure he secured a prenup with Lorrana, especially since he co-owned a construction business with her brother. Now, with the couple embroiled in legal troubles, the business they fought to protect is suddenly becoming a target. Bad reviews pour in. Since the family debuted on the TLC series, online reviewers have accused Merrifield Custom Builders and Landscapers of being unreliable and even fraudulent. A growing collection of harsh comments paint the company as one that takes deposits but does not complete projects. One review stated, "Garrick and Danielle lied throughout the process saying they were making progress, but took our money and never did anything. The company wasted no time firing back, insisting the complaint was fabricated." Their response read, "We've reviewed our records and we have no record of ever working with you. I think you have the wrong company you're reviewing. Please contact our office if you need us to help you in any way." The pattern of attacks has many wondering whether these reviews stem from legitimate experiences or a coordinated effort to tarnish the Merrifield's reputation. Criticism or personal vendetta? Given Garrick's arrest and his long-standing unpopularity among many viewers, the backlash doesn't surprise longtime fans of the show. Critics have often described him as controlling, dismissive, and insensitive toward the women in his life. For some, the recent allegations only confirm their suspicions. For others, it's simply more drama to watch unfold. What does complicate things for his business, however, is that Merrifield Custom Builders and Landscapers is not accredited by the Better Business Bureau. That detail, combined with an already messy public narrative, makes the company an easy target for negative attention. And Danielle's insistence on securing a prenup now looks less like a cautious decision and more like foresight. The chaos she hoped to prevent seems to be unfolding anyway. Seeking Sister Wife star Garrick Merrifield arrested for alleged domestic violence. Garrick Merrifield, who features on TLC's reality series Seeking Sister Wife, was arrested on Monday, November 24, on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence. As first reported by TMZ, Merrifield was booked in Chaffee County, Colorado, on Monday, and later bonded out of jail. He was charged with telephone obstruct service. According to the Peakstone Law Group, in the state of Colorado, it is unlawful for someone to interrupt an electronic communication device, whether that is a cell phone, a landline, or any other communication apparatus. This ensures that the person who is in possession of that device is able to use it in cases of emergency. To obstruct or tamper with telephone service in Colorado is considered a serious criminal offense. It is unclear precisely what happened to Merrifield to land him a stint behind bars. The reality star's arrest comes just 1 week after he announced that he and his wife, Lorrana, had welcomed a baby girl, Sarah May, born in July. Merrifield is in a plural marriage with Lorrana and his first wife, Danielle, with whom he shares 3 older children. Co-parenting as a plural family has been wonderful, to have all the support and be there for each other, Merrifield told People earlier this month. It's a blessing to have all of our family involved helping each other. It's definitely allowed us to do different things. He added, Lorrana and I have been able to go on trips when Danielle took the kids, and vice versa. Lorrana is taking the kids so Danielle and I are able to celebrate our anniversary. Danielle told the outlet, with Garrick and I having 3 children already together, I think it has been a help, but we continue to learn new things after all this time. It has been nice for Lorrana and I to be able to help each other as mothers and give each other breaks, she added. It has also been equally as special to see Garrick become a father again to 2 girls, which is a whole different ballgame. Reality TV star arrested for alleged domestic violence. Colorado, and Merrifield has since been released on bail. He is facing a charge of telephone obstruct service, according to online court records. This charge is often linked with domestic violence, as it can involve preventing someone from making a phone call. Merrifield's representatives did not immediately return the Independent's request for comment. Seeking Sister-Wife trailer, babies, betrayal and more. Reading time, 3 minutes. This just in. Things are about to get even more dramatic on Seeking Sister-Wife Season 6. In a trailer for episodes still to come, courtesy of Us Weekly, Reise and Billie Jean Williamson get together with another woman as they navigate dating as polygamists. Obviously, she's first wife, Reise says, gesturing to Billie Jean and asking if the other woman would be okay with such an arrangement. You know, I am not sure, she actually tells the couple, before explaining to the camera, 2 dominant women in a relationship with 1 man could cause problems. This is a fact. Elsewhere in the footage, Nick Davis attempts to reassure girlfriend Teresa that her insecurities are unfounded as she tries to find her footing in this unusual plural family. I do feel like I'm worthless, she admits. And I hope that I can get to a point where I'm as confident as the other girls are. This seems rather understandable. And it also seems to be a reflection of why polygamy is just a really bad idea, especially for the women at the center of it. As previously noted, Seeking Sister-Wife Season 6 features a handful of new couples. One half of one of them, Danny Peralta, sits down with prospective sister-wife named Jackie, who says she feels like she's getting closer to Danny's husband, Yesel. The conversation takes an emotional turn when Danny brings up the topic of having children. The last time we talked about kids, you definitely want more, Danny says, having difficulty in holding back her tears. I don't think I'm able to handle him having another baby with another woman. Once again, this seems very understandable. Danny, for her part, previously expressed her hesitations to Yesel, already a dad of 2 from former relationships, after making their debut this fall on the series. It doesn't matter to me if they already have a child versus not, she explained. But if they don't, I don't want another woman to have a child with you. For me, that's a non-negotiable. Then there's fellow Season 6 newcomers Matt and Angelica Johnson, who might also face a shakeup in their relationship with